In the quiet halls of a mountain monastery, hidden beyond clouds that only the still-hearted could climb to, lived a restless young monk named Tenzin who, despite his peaceful surroundings, carried a storm within him, the kind of ache that silence could not soothe and meditation could not calm, a hunger for something he could not name. Every day he trained, cleaned, recited, and prayed. But when the moon rose and the night wrapped the temple in stillness, he would lie awake and whisper to the stars, "Why do I still feel empty?" His master, a gentle but sharp-eyed teacher named Koan, observed Tenzin's unease like one might observe the trembling of a cup filled too close to the brim. One morning, as Tenzin approached the master during tea, his voice quivering with impatience, he finally asked, "Master, when will I be complete? When will I feel whole, at peace, like the others?" Koan, without a word, picked up his cup and poured the steaming tea until it overflowed onto the floor. "Master," Tenzin exclaimed, "it's spilling." Koan simply looked into his eyes and said, "How can peace enter a cup already full of seeking?" And before the boy could answer, he whispered, "What is the sound of one hand clapping?" The question struck Tenzin like lightning in clear skies. Strange, frustrating, unanswerable. He meditated on it for days, asked fellow monks, wrote ideas in the dirt, mimicked the motion with his hand, tried to listen to wind, water, even silence. Nothing spoke. In his frustration, he approached Koan again. "What does it mean?" he demanded. Koan smiled. "When you no longer need an answer, you will understand." And so the boy left. He wandered down the mountain, past rivers, cities, through noise and crowds, through loneliness and dust, working as a cook, a porter, even a beggar, searching for meaning in places both holy and hollow. Years passed. He fell in love once, lost her, trusted a man who betrayed him, held a child that was not his. He wept beside strangers, sang with drunkards, prayed in places where even gods had forgotten their names. And one night, sitting by a broken well in a nameless town, with no home to return to and no path ahead, he felt the wind brush against his cheek, and he lifted his hand to feel it, not to catch it, not to resist it, just to feel it. In that moment, his hand moved gently in the breeze, making no sound, but inside him, something softened, something uncoiled. He wasn't full of noise anymore. There was space, not for answers, but for being. And in that stillness, he smiled, not because he understood the koan, but because he no longer needed to. Years later, with gray in his beard and a softness in his eyes, he returned to the monastery, unannounced. Koan, now older and slower, looked up and said nothing. Tenzin bowed, and for a moment they simply breathed in the silence between them. "You've returned," Koan said, "or perhaps you've arrived." Tenzin chuckled. "I heard the sound of one hand clapping." Koan smiled. "And what did it sound like?" Tenzin whispered. "Like the wind on my skin, the breath I forgot I was taking, like the part of me I thought I was missing." And in that moment, he realized all his life he had searched for completion in answers, in others, in roles and reasons. But peace doesn't come when the world claps for you or when love fills your hands. It comes when you're no longer waiting to be filled at all, when you become the sound, not of noise, but of presence. The sound of one hand clapping was never meant to be heard, only felt. So if you're listening to this now, and you've been searching, chasing, running toward something to make you feel like you're finally enough, stop, just stop, sit, breathe, raise one hand, Let it meet nothing, and realize, even in the emptiness, you exist. You are. You always were. And that is enough. If this story found you at the right time, subscribe to this channel for more stories that aren't just told. They're remembered when you're quiet enough to hear them.